So this is a Coachman Festival 565. It's going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got the jockey wheel, handbrake and hitch. This is all something we'll go through in person here on site, and we'll also explain the ATC and how that works. Front of the van, you've got your gas pipe work that goes to the bottle and your gas regulator up on the bulkhead with the yellow gas shut-off valve on the side here. Reverse thread fitment that goes into the gas bottle itself. On the side of the van, you've got your gas flue for the heating and hot water systems, and below that you've got your wind down leg on either side at the front of the van. These are there to stabilise the caravan and not lift the caravan. You've got your water pump connection then, coming further back. So you pull the blue trigger back and push the pump into the side of the van and let it lock into place. And then to release it, you pull the blue trigger back and pull the pump out at the side of the van. We'll put a battery on to demonstrate the 12 volt systems on the van inside. So there's a battery on there at the moment, and your mains power lead coming into the side of the van also. You've got your two fridge vents. The two fridge vents here allow to hot air out the side of the fridge units, outside the fridge unit, sorry. And then also you've got a gas flue behind one of these when the fridge is running on gas. The motor mover will be demonstrated while you're here on site, and the wheel nuts will also be torqued so you can see they've been torqued to the correct manufacturer's specification. You've then got your grey waste pipes, so you'd open up these flaps here and push your grey pipes into place that will drop down into the aqua roll itself. The aqua roll will be placed down on the floor, so essentially the fresh water that goes in the front and goes through the sinks and the shower will actually come out the side of the van here, so it's a bit like your waste pipes on the side of the house, for instance. However, then waste pipes won't have the toilet, any toilet waste come through them. The toilet cassette is at the back of the van here, and you open up the cassette. You've got an orange handle at the bottom to release the cassette, which you pull out. The neck here turns out through 90 degrees to allow you to tip the waste away. On the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so it allows the pressure out of the cassette while the waste has been tipped away. And the orange handle at the bottom here comes out so you can pull the cassette along. Before you use this cassette, you'll put 1 litre of water in there and a cap full of the blue fluid. On top here, you've got the toilet flush tank. So you put your key in, open the flap up, and then you put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid also. On the back of the van, on either side, you have the wind down leg to stabilise the caravan. They haven't been put down for the purpose of the video, but normally when you're on site again, you'd have both of these legs down to stabilise the caravan. But like I said previously, you would never lift the caravan with these legs. Coming down the door side, you've got a storage locker for underneath the rear single bed on this side, so you can actually access that storage through this locker. On the front of the van on this side, you've got a hot air vent which will allow you to run the hot air from the blown air system through to the awning. You've got a 3-pin socket so you can put your mains lead into it, and so the socket here will actually allow you to run power out to your awning. And then you've got a barbecue gas point at the front. Going inside the van hasn't actually been through the workshop yet, so I'm just sending over the video so you've got it ready and demonstrating how it all works. Above the main door, you've got your main control panel for the caravan, so you've got your master power switch, your water pump, which I'll come back to in a moment, your main lights, and your awning light. On the left-hand side, you've got a voltmeter for the onboard battery. The first thing you're going to need to do is, when you come inside the caravan, is fill the water system. Underneath the seat on the right-hand side at the front, you'll actually find 2 yellow valves underneath the seat. Them yellow valves need to be parallel with the floor before you fill the water system. So in the position they're in now, and you'll be able to fill that system up. If they're pointing upright towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water off the system on board the van. In the back of here, you'll notice there is some features for the water system. You don't need to do anything with these, they are just there to control water pressure, etc. Motor mover control box, alarm system, and your mains consumer unit down in here. To fill the water system, first of all, you're going to come over to every tap on board the caravan. Open up all the taps on the hot side of the water system. So on the hot side, open all the taps up. As you can see, I've already filled the system, but normally it'd be empty. You'll open the tap on the sink in the bathroom and also the shower as well. Once all of those taps are open and your aqua roll is connected on the outside, as I've shown you in the video already, you'll come to this control panel above the door, which when it's off, the water pump switch will be upwards. And when you press it down, you'll notice the red light comes on. with the taps open to indicate the water system is running. So once the water system's full, the light will go off, as you've just seen, or when you shut each tap, sorry, the water system, sorry, let me start again on that bit. So when the water system is full, you'll have water running out of every tap on board the van. And at that point, you can shut all of the taps off. And at that point, you can start thinking about the water, heating the water on board the van. You'll notice though, when you turn off each tap on the van, the red light is turned off on the control panel, and that is to let you know that the pump has stopped running. So it'll only come on when the water system is, or when the taps are open on the van. Next up, we're going to show you how to warm the water on board the van. So to warm the water, you're going to come to this button on the end here, and you've got the option of running 40 or 60 degrees of water temperature. So you can select the water temperature you want to use. So for instance, 60. Set the water temperature to 60. It'll bleep to let you know it has kicked in and is operating the way it should. Just here in the center, you've got the power supply that you want to use for your heating and hot water. So if you're on a 4 amp site, for instance, you can select the 4 amp and you'd come up on the arrow, so the arrow's there, and select the 4 amp. If you're on an 8 amp site, you can select the 8 amp, or if you want to run the heating and hot water on gas, you can select the gas at the bottom here. To warm the caravan up, you need to go into the settings, and we'll put it on to use the heating. You'll need to come into the control panel just here. So let me go back again, sorry. So it will say not available for summertime. You'll press set, on the main screen. So you'll press set. You'll come down on the right hand side to where it says summer, and you'll actually put it onto winter mode for the heating to come on. At that point, once it's set to winter, I can go back into the heating and select the room temperature I wish the caravan to be at. So for instance, 30 degrees of temperature. Press set, and the caravan will start warming up at 30 degrees of room temperature and 60 degrees of water temperature. The top left hand corner, it's got the current room temperature, so you can see at the moment it's 23 degrees of temperature. When you're done with the control panel and you for instance packing the van away to go home, you'll press the power button on the left hand side and it'll isolate this control panel completely, so there is no power going to it. The next thing I'm going to demonstrate is the fridge system on board the caravan. So to turn the fridge on, you're going to press the power button on the left hand side. And once the fridge loads, you're going to have your options coming across the front of the screen. So at the moment you can see we're connected to mains power. So we're going to use 240 mains to control the fridge. And then we can change the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side. We want to change power source, so you've got 240. So the A that was here was 240 automatic, so essentially as soon as you connect the power, it will connect to 240. You've got your 12 volt mode for when you're towing down the road, so when you connect it to the car, the fridge will actually work as a call box. As you notice at the moment, it is flashing away with a spanner symbol and a 6 on the right hand side of the screen. That is to let me know we aren't currently connected to any 12 volt power from the car we are towing with. Press the button again and it gives you the option to go to gas. If you've got the gas turned on and you've bled the system, so essentially ignited the hob, because that's the last point on the gas system before you try and ignite anything, then essentially the fridge should ignite straight away on gas. So like I said, you'd go over to your hob, for instance, ignite the hob. So I'm just trying to get the screen to come back on. You ignite the hob and then come back and reignite the gas system on the fridge. Again, on gas, you can control the temperature of the fridge with the button on the right hand side. And if it failed to ignite, the screen would also flash like it did with the 12 volt mode. To turn the fridge off, you'll press and hold the power button on the left hand side. And as you can see, the screen goes back off. Cooker system in the caravan works very much like your household cooker. No differences at all there. Gas controls on the front and igniter on the right hand side. You can ignite it up if you're on gas, or if you've got a 240 power supply, you can run the 240 ring on the back left hand side of the fridge. On the back of the cooker, sorry. In the bathroom, very simple to use. You've got the toilet system on electric flush just here. You've got a full indicator light to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is full. And below the toilet, you've got a grey waste handle which you push across to the side here to allow the toilet waste to go in the cassette underneath the van. Sink, shower, etc. Once the water system's full, All work very much like your household systems, but like I said, you do need to make sure you've turned on the hot water if you wish to use hot water on the control panel by the door. If you have any further questions on the Coachman Festival 565, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll be more than happy to help. We thank you for the business and we hope you enjoy the caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.